the one, the only Benzion. Good morning and welcome to Yeshiva YouTube, Iyun with Benzion. Today's daf is Nazir daf Benbeis number 42. I want to talk today about a small Mishnah in Gemara over here in Benbeis and Aleph. The Mishnah in the middle of the daf says, Nazir chofei from a fastis of a sorry. If you're a Nazir, right? You want to take a shower, you can take a shower. You can put shampoo in your hair, mafas, you can even you can brush your hair. Avalo start if you can't use a comb. So the Gemara says, what's the problem? Why you let to wash your hair and brush your hair? Now, sometimes when you wash your hair or you brush your hair comes out. If even one hair comes out, technically you would violate, right, the isser of cutting your hair as a nazir. You'd violate the isser. So it must be, since it's not miskab and you didn't intend to do it, you're not trying to take out your hair, you're trying to wash your hair, to brush your hair. If it comes out, it's not a psik reisha. It's not something which definitely will happen or happen 95% of the time. So it's okay. Avalo sore. But the Mishnah concludes you can't comb your hair. Asan Rabbana. That seems to go according to Rabbana. Reisha Rab Shimon, the Sefer Rabbana. Right? It comes, right? The end of the Mishnah seems to be the Rabbanan who will argue on Rab Shimon. The Mishnah's comment is Asar, right? The Gemara is assuming the same likelihood to take out a hair when you brush it is when you comb it. Right? It's not something which is going to happen 95% of the time. It's not a psik reisha v'lo yamos like the Gemara Shabbos. Everyone is moda, even if Shimon's moda, psik reisha v'lo yamos. If it's for sure going to happen, or going to happen 95% of the time, so therefore it's like I had kavanah to do it. So the Gemara says, "I'm a rab, a cooler Rab Shimon here." The entire Mishnah is Rab Shimon. When you comb your hair, you have obviously hairs which are hanging down that are partially detached from your scalp, and they're sticking out. Those, when you comb your hair, you're going to see, and you're going to take them out. It's going to be davar miskave. Now, the Gemara could have answered, and this is what the Rush wants to understand this Gemara. He says, based on a Rashi in Shabbos, I'm quoting from footnote number 20 here in 42a2 on the Art Scroll. The Rush explains the Gemara to mean that the removal of dangling hairs is an inevitable result of combing, psik reisha. Though Rosh Hashanah ordinarily permits actions that produce unintended results which are forbidden, he admits that those actions are forbidden where the unintended result is inevitable. So here it's a psik reisha. Now the problem is the Gemara doesn't say. The Gemara always says Mod Rab Shimon psik reisha. Abaye v'Rava Damar Darvayo. They both say Mod Rab Shimon psik reisha v'lo yamos. Why doesn't the Gemara say it over here? Obviously, it seems that the Gemara is not answering that over here. That it's not really a psik reisha. The Metzias is that when you comb your hair, even if you have hairs which are partially dangling or partially attached, you're not going to remove them 95% of the time. So it's not a psik reisha. So what does the Gemara mean over here? The Gemara means when I brush my hair, right? You don't see all the hair so well. But when I comb my hair, so I see all the dangling, partially detached hairs, and it looks bad to have partially detached hairs that are sticking out from my hair. So I'm going to probably remove them. And when I remove them on purpose, that's a malacha machav, and that's a problem, and that's usher by a nazir. Now, that's really what the Art Scroll says over the first explanation in the Art. He says in footnote number 20, understood simply, the Gemara means that a person who combs his hair wants to remove the hairs that are about to fall out, since these hairs are about to get entangled and knotted. Thus, the removal of hair is the intended result of combing. It's forbidden even according to Reb Shimon. That's the explanation that makes more sense to me, because the Gemara could have said, almost like the Gemara says elsewhere. Now, I'm not really giving so much of an explanation, so it's something new over here. I'm just telling you which explanation I prefer. However, I will say that when the Gemara talks about psik reisha, it's exclusively usually in Masech Shabbos. Masech Shabbos is where Reb Shimon and Reb Yehuda argue about psik reisha v'lo yamos. Davar Shem is kaven is mutar or aser. And Reb Shimon's motive psik reisha v'lo yamos. Here we're talking by a Nazir, which is a totally different Isser. A Nazir has nothing to do with Shabbos. The Isser of a Nazir is shaving his head or getting a haircut as a Nazir. So I did hear from Yonasan Sachs many years ago that there's some Rishonim that say that the machlokes between Reb Shimon and Reb Yehuda is exclusively by Masechah Shabbos. By Masechah Shabbos, they have machlokes Darshan Eskaven and Darshan Eskaven. However, B'chol Torah Kula, elsewhere in the Torah, right? Elsewhere in the Torah, it's not a machlokas. It's not a machlokas. Reb Shimon only said that Reb Shimon's comment is mutter by Shabbos, but elsewhere, well, here the Gemara says that Reb Shimon holds Reb Shimon's comment is mutter. So I'm not going to delve into this, but I will give you a Mara Makom. The Gemara, the Tosfos in Maseches Yuma, and Daf Lamed Daled, Rashi and Tosfos have it. Lamed Daled and Rebbe believe it. Rashi and Tosfos have a different explanation over there. When it comes to Yom Tov is not exactly Shabbos. Yom Tov, the Gemara there talks about throwing something to heat the water for the Kohen Gadol to go and be told on the mikvah on Yom Kippur. The Gemara talks about the malacha there of mitzaref. The Gemara says you're either cooking or doing masak and money. You're fixing something by throwing some hot piece of metal into the water to heat up the water. So there, Tosfos discusses what do Reb Shimon and Rehuda say b'shar kol Torah kula and the rest of the Torah. That's over here. So I'm not going to get into that right now because I don't remember what Tosfos says. I remember what Yonatan Sachs says. But I want to introduce the concept of that it's machlokas. Here, what the pshat is in the Gemara, right? Is it right? And based on the two different explanations, we could figure out whether what Tosfos says in Maseches Yuma, whether there's an argument b'chol Torah kula, because again, Nazir is different than Maseches Shabbos. We'd have to get into that at a different time to figure out why the machlokas is exclusively Maseches Shabbos, but maybe b'chol Torah kula. Machlokes is a little different, and to explain the Gemara differently, again, it's a fast day, so give myself a break. I'm not going to delve into this further, but I did tell you the two explanations of the Gemara. I believe the first explanation is correct, and I did give you a Mara Malcolm in Maseches Yuma to check it out, Bachshar Kol Torah Kula, and how they would understand this Gemara over here based on that. I hope you enjoyed today's share. See you in the next one.